so much for joining me today at Everyday Yoga. My name is Christine, and while we're not technically doing a yoga practice today, we are going to do some self-care and take care of our bodies and use some more props. So we've done a wall-supported practice or two. We've done some chair practices. I've done a block practice in my internship video, so I'll do another block practice here. But today we are going to explore the foam roller. And this is wonderful. I've got introduced to this in a chiropractic office. There are a lot of different ways you can use it, and I'm just going to show you a few of those ways today that you can use to really give yourself a nice deep self-massage. In some of the yoga poses that we have practiced without a prop, as well as maybe some new ones. So first thing I want to do with you today is go ahead and take the foam roller out long, and we're just going to go ahead and come over the top of the foam roller and press yourself into your hands to kind of lift your buttocks up on the foam roller, giving yourself plenty of space here. And you can actually sit on top of it just like a chair. This one's pretty firm. There are a lot of softer ones, and I think there's some more firm ones out there too. The firmer you get, the deeper you can get down into the tissue. So if you love a deep tissue massage like I do, I highly suggest a nice firm one. You will need to have a little bit of hand strength here. You could also have a chair or a wall nearby for a little extra support. So look around your house, see what's going to support you best. There are also much smaller foam rollers so that you can be more grounded and closer to the earth. So do a little exploration if this looks like something you might be interested in trying. So the first thing we're going to do is just take the soles of the feet out to the earth. We're sitting on our foam roller, and we're going to support ourselves with our palms or our fingertips out beside us. So whatever feels comfortable for you. And we're just going to gently roll back and forth. Maybe the fingertips pointing towards you might be a little better. So you can kind of bend the elbows and just notice how this supports your small of your back. You can walk a little farther out so you can get a little higher on the back, being very careful of the tailbone here. Or you can walk the hands a little farther back so that you can get down more into the lower buttock area. You can also, from this, lift your left ankle or your right, whichever side you want to start with, to the top of the knees. So we're here in a figure four stretch. We've practiced this together before. And you can do the same rolling back and forth here. Or you can kind of come to the side a little bit and roll across the foam roller this way and really get into that outer hip and the top of the IT band. And then you can roll along that hip back and forth. This is deeper than any massage you're going to get. Always remembering to breathe. Always remembering to stay safe. If you feel like your position is compromised and you might be hurt, definitely back off from this. And then switch sides. As always, we want to keep everything balanced. So you can roll across the foam roller, rocking the hips back and forth here, or from front to back. Ooh. Taking it out long, maybe stopping somewhere where you find a sticky place or a little bit of tension. Just rocking and rolling. Supporting your practice here. You can also take the leg out long, take one leg out long and cross the other leg on top and get into the side that way. You could even take your elbow down to the earth and and rock back and forth like that. So there are all kinds of ways you can get really, really creative with what areas you want to focus on. I always do like to do the same type of pose on each side to keep everything balanced out, using the floor and your hands to support you. And then we'll go ahead and come over to the front. And pigeon pose is one I always love. So with pigeon pose, we're just taking one knee forward and we're letting the other leg be long out behind us. So with the foam roller, we'll take one leg over the top. We'll just kind of step here with the knee stacked over the ankle. Bring the fingertips to the earth and kind of wiggle your foot out flat so that you can be supported on top of the foam roller here. And again, we're just using our arms and our feet to kind of walk back and forth. Oh my goodness, that's a spot. Oh, wow. If you get down here in the IT band closer to the knee, well, everybody's different, but explore. I would have thought it would be more tender up higher near my hips, but I definitely have a little bit of tenderness in that hamstring. And when you're ready to come out, just kind of walk yourself up. You can take the legs out long and switch sides this way. It's a little awkward and a little funky, but it's worth it, I promise you. And if you have kids or something, or grandkids, they would probably love to play with this too. So you get a twofer there. You get a foam roller for self-care and self-massage, and you can keep the kids busy for a minute or two. Back and forth here. And then you can go ahead and take both legs out behind you and do it safely. And come down to your elbows, letting the tops of the thighs rest on the foam roller. You can even lift the feet up off the floor here and just let the weight of the body do the work. And you can walk your elbows out so that you can come out farther and down lower on the quadriceps here. You can walk the elbows back so that you can come higher. You can roll from side to side. If you find a particular spot that's sticky, tense, tender, maybe you want to get a little bit deeper into the IT band here. Again, always keeping safe. Luckily, we're low to the ground, so we don't have very far to fall. And then a couple more little things to show you. Let's come to our backs. And we're gonna take the, let's see, how do I wanna show this? Okay. We're gonna come down to our backs, bringing our soles of our feet to the mat, moving your ponytail out of the way if you have one, coming into like a preparation for a bridge pose here. And we're going to press our soles of our feet into the earth so we can roll the hips up. And then you can take the foam roller right underneath where you would be wearing a belt and support your back here and really let gravity open you up through the front of the hip flexors here. This is awesome. This is wonderful. I could stay here all day, but you probably would not stay for the whole video, so let's move on to the next thing. Let's take one leg out long. Really get into that hip Maybe open up the arms so that the palms are facing the sky here. Oh, maybe noticing any snaps and crackles and pops. And I just realized I could have been using the top-down camera here. I always forget. And then bring the sole of that foot back to the earth and stretch the other leg out long. Just letting it be supported, just letting it be like a wet noodle hanging over this foam roller here. And if you feel comfortable, you can stretch both legs out long and maybe even stretch the arms up overhead. And really let those psoas muscles relax and open and be long. And when you're ready to come out of that, you can take the hands back down towards the foam roller and the soles of the feet back to the earth. Press into the feet to lift the hips and slide the foam roller out from under you. One last thing. This is my favorite right here. Take the foam roller out long and sit with your small of your back right in front of it. Press into your hands and feet and lift yourself up so that you're sitting right on the end of the foam roller here. You might need to pull it down a little bit. And we're just going to gently walk down to our elbows and then let the spine come to the foam roller here. This is opening up all through the center line of the body. You can keep the arms open and the palms facing up to the sky and the soles of the feet on the earth. Stretching out nice and long, making sure that your head and neck are supported here. If your foam roller isn't long enough to support the head, you could definitely take a block or a pillow just above the foam roller and rest your head there. You can have the palms to the earth if that feels better for you, and you can rock gently from side to side, getting a nice massage along the spine. You could even take the legs out long, open up the palms to the sky, let the feet be open, taking up room like a star, like the star that you are. You can take your final Shavasana here with the legs out long. And when you're ready to come off the roller, bend your legs and press the soles of your feet into the earth and gently roll to one side or the other and just slide right off. Nothing fancy there. Press yourself up to a nice tall seat. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If you are interested in more foam roller practices and you would like to see how you can do shoulders and the side body, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.